very careful of who you let around you. They don't have the same heart and posture. See, you want these blessings from God, you got to be in the right posture. See, if you want these blessings from God, you can't have a half-hearted attitude. No. You got to have a positive attitude. You got to be willing to give to God wholeheartedly, not half-heartedly. I don't know what it is for. You got to be a cheerful giver, not giving grudgingly. Another reason why God didn't choose certain people because of how they mistreated you, chosen ones. And God started showing me different ways and different signs of people that were close to me, that I thought that were close to me. I started seeing how they was acting, how jealous they were because of how other people, how I had favor with other people. People wanted to do nice things for me.
Think anywhere with PenFed Checking. Deposit cash at over 90,000 stores nationwide and get paid up to 2 days early. PenFed Check.
So that answered my question. So just imagine, children's, if I had people that was around me that were jealous of the way other people loved me and jealous of the way other people were giving to me and how I had favor with people, and and people just imagine if I'm getting all this favor from God. There are some people out there that's close to you, they will try to take you out because they see that God favors you, God chose you, he handpicked you. They will really try to destroy you. But remember, when the hand of God is on your life, there is nothing the enemy or people can do to finish you. Because that great work that God started in you, he gonna finish in you. Trust me. You got a gift. And your gift is making room for you right now. Be very careful when your gift is making room for you and your gift is opening many doors for you. That's what I had to learn. Never cast your pearls before swine. That's what I had to learn. Some people will really take you out. And I'm talking about destroy you, kill you, off you. All behind of bitterness and jealousy because God ain't blessing them the way he blessing you, man. Then I wonder, and this is true story, chosen ones. I've been experiencing this lately. I wonder why people just keep trusting me with very important information. Show me their bank accounts. How much money they made in the week. It's because these people can trust me. They trust my spirit. And when people be showing me their business, I'll be looking away all the time. I don't want to see because I'm always minding the business that's paying me. I'm always minding my own business. You mind your own, you live long. And I've learned when the children, when we mind our own business, that's when people be trying to share their business with us. We don't ask people their business. They share with us. You know why? They trust us. So if people put trust in you, children, what you think God is doing? He put his trust in you. Now everybody don't do that now. Think about it. That's the wonder why people just show me their bank account. I don't want to know how much money you're making. But certain people just be showing me, it's like motivation. I'm talking about people that's actually doing better than me. This is what I'm telling you, children. Get around some people that's actually doing better than you. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Get around some people who making more money than you, who ain't jealous of you, who don't want what you got. And most importantly, get around some people who's willing to give themselves away to God so God can use them. Get around some cheerful givers. Get around some people who are faithful. good laborers, people who really serve for the Lord. Because let me tell you, that energy you're going to do is going to rub off on you. It's going to motivate you to do better in life. And you're not going to be in competition with these people. And stay away from people who don't have the same kind of heart that you got. Stay away from people who have the tendency to pull you down, to lift them up. Stay away from those kind of people. People will really see that you blessed, you highly favored. And when they not getting blessed like you, listen to me, when they not, hey man, getting all this favor like you gonna see their intentions, man. You gonna see the ulterior motive. And you're going to start to see true colors start to come out of them towards you, chosen. But if everybody just stay in their lane and play their role, we all become winners. But people don't know how to stay in their lane. They don't know how to play their role. They want your position. You'd be surprised how many people want your assignment, but they cannot take on your attacks. They can't handle spiritual warfare. Then is the intention behind it. Listen to me. Is the motive behind it. People be having the wrong motives. They want your position, but with the wrong motives. They want your position, but they selfish. And try to flip it on to you. No, you ain't selfish, chosen ones.
Solo battle.
You a giver. Just like you never let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. Never. And I effed up with that 3 times in my life. I'll be honest with you. And it's going to trip you out. It was with an ex-narcissist lover, a close family member, and a so-called friend. They all wanted to destroy me after they see that God was favoring me and choosing me, and after seeing God handpick me. And this is when God hid my value. He was just getting started with me. That's why I say them haters, they ain't seen nothing yet. Because the best is still yet to come for you, chosen ones. You think people jealous of you now? Just wait till God is finished with you. People really gonna be jealous of you. But fret not yourself of these evildoers. They will be put to shame. It's like the Bible says, there will be no rest for the wicked. When God cursed Cain, Cain couldn't even rest, couldn't even sleep. You got some people out there right now, after what they did to you, they got cursed by God, and guess what? They can't sleep. I seen it with my own 2 eyes. Couldn't sleep. God cursed them so bad, it got to the point they was about to take their own life, seeing with my own two eyes. People thought cursing me wasn't gonna come back around to them, or it came back around like a boomerang effect. But not only God made my enemies my footstool, everything that my enemies had. Remember, your enemies was blessed as well at one point in time. Remember, Cain was blessed as well. He was blessed at one point in time when he was in the field. God took the harvest from Cain. Just like he took the harvest from your family and friends, loved ones that were you thought that were going to ride with you to the very end. Took it from you. They gave it to you. Now you got a double portion. All because they plotted and planned and prayed for your downfall. So I pull the people down and never raise you up. As a matter of fact, trying to pull you down is going to raise you up. Remember what they meant for evil, God turned it around for our good. And remember, all things work together for them who love the Lord and those that are called upon his purpose. You were called, you were chosen. And people think by going against you that things ain't gonna work out in your favor. Putting you down, you're not gonna raise up. You ain't gonna elevate. People think pulling you down, betraying you, backstabbing you, trying to death and swap with you. They thought that they was gonna take your spot. But you'll never be able to take the place of a chosen one. Never. Because what God got for you, chosen, is only for you.
Had enough already?
And we still chosen if they ask it. Be blessed.
With Purdue Global, education fits your life, however it looks. So being a mom and a student.
I don't know what this message is for, but your story isn't finished yet. See, chosen, you're going to laugh in the same places that you cried, but you got to keep going because God is with you. And he even said it in his word. He said, "For I will always be there with you, even until the end of this world." God said, "I would never leave you, nor I will forsake you." And chosen was right when you think it's over. That's when God sends a miracle. Just to let you know that, guess what? It ain't over until I says it's over. It ain't over until I says it's done. Do you realize that the same places that I've cried, I end up laughing in? And if I would have never kept going, I would have never win. So let me tell you something, children. You were not made for easy roads, man. You weren't made for small dreams, but you were made for for challenges. You were made for growth that challenges you. Amen. You were made, amen, for dreams that scare you. You were made, amen, for victories that will rewrite your story, man. But you got to keep going. You know why? Because you're just getting started. This is just the beginning. Understand that if God be for you, can nothing be against you. And some of you guys have started this journey and you right in the middle. And you're constantly trying to get to this promised land. You trying to get to your greater, man. You trying to get to the finish line. Something just keeps holding you back. And that's why, chosen, you got to be like Peter when he stepped out the boat and he stepped into those waters to get to Jesus, man. You remind me of Peter. And it must be something in that water that kept Peter going and striving and on his way to Jesus. But you got to realize there's nothing in the water. Because if you think about it, the tidal waves was going hard. Yeah. If you think about it, it was something that was inside of Peter. Just like there's something that's on the inside of you, chosen ones. See, the Bible says, greater is he that is in you than he that is of this world. It's the God that's in you that's going to get you to this finish line. Notice the Bible says that God will always be there with you even unto the end of this world. We have to understand that God is omnipresent. He's everywhere at the same time. And one thing Peter, he didn't realize at first that Jesus was testing him. See, he was miles away from Peter. And at first thought, Peter said, man, I can't walk on water. I can't get to Jesus. And sometimes the journey that we're on, we have to understand that it's going to be tough, man. In the middle of your journey, that's where it gets tough. That's where it gets hard, when you ride in the middle. And some of you guys are going to be so glad that you did not give up. I don't know who needed this message. Some of you guys are going to be so glad that you did not quit. In the same places that you cried, I promise you, you will laugh. You have sown in tears, but you're getting ready to reap in joy. You know why? Because there is something that's on the inside of you, chosen ones. You got greatness on the inside of you, man. And since greatness is inside of you, let me tell you something. You will not fail, but you must succeed. Listen to me. There is something that's on the inside of you. And I'm telling you, if you just take that first step, God will take the next step for you. I said there is greatness on the inside of you. And I'm here to remind you, listen to me, that if you just don't let go, if you just don't quit, let me tell you, God gonna keep you steady. I don't know who to hear his message, but let me tell you something. There is something that's on the inside of you that's gonna get you to this finish line. Let me tell you something. You gotta understand that there was something great in Peter that allowed him to get to Jesus. Weeping may endure for a night. I don't know who need to hear this encouragement, but I promise you, joy, great joy, is getting ready to come in the morning. You got to understand that trouble do not last always, man. You got to keep going. I said trouble do not last always. You got to keep moving. You got to keep growing. You got to keep healing because I'm telling you, your greater is coming. I'm telling you, the best is still yet to come to you in the name of Jesus. Let me tell you something, man. It don't matter what your situation feel like. It don't matter what your situation look like. Let me tell you something. You got to keep going. You got to keep pressing towards the mark of the prize of the high calling in Christ Jesus. Because let me tell you something. There is something that is inside of you that's getting ready to push you. I don't know who needed this message. I said there is greatness that's on the inside of you. And let me tell you something. That work that God started in you, let me tell you what he's getting ready to do. He's getting ready to complete that great work in you so you can get to the finish line. Don't you let go. Don't you give up. God gonna keep you steady. He gonna be there with you side by side in the name of Jesus. There is something inside of you that's gonna lead you to the promised land. Because you're destined for greatness. And if you ain't pissed off for greatness, let me tell you something. You don't want it bad enough. Listen to me. Don't you dare throw in the towel. I said, don't you dare give in. Don't you dare give up. Because I'm telling you, you gonna win. And don't you be afraid to panic. I'm below say I'm gonna win. With God, I shall get through all of this in the name of Jesus. We still chosen if they ask.
There's DNA. Then there's heavy duty DNA. HDNA. Right now, get 4.9% APR on 2026 GMC Sierra Heavy Duty.
Step into the ring.
Have never cared about you because like I keep on telling you, like I keep on reiterating, the government does not care. Nobody around you care. That 9-to-5 job that you're working, they could give a flying F about you. You can drop dead tomorrow and they're not even going to bat an eye. You need to become more about you. Just like the government is looking after themselves. I made a whole video about this. Come and check out the Patreon. I made a whole video about this. You need to be acting in the same way that the government is acting. They're acting in their own self-interest, right? They're doing business amongst themselves. They're trying to get as much money as possible for themselves. They are trying to save themselves. They are milking the money for themselves. The same thing with these corporations. I just seen a post not too long ago, actually last night. Shell Corporation, right? They have made record profits. Shell Corporation, I'm sure the rest of them have too. I'm sure Chevron has too. I'm sure Exxon Mobil has too. Shell specifically has made record profits during this Iran and United States debacle with the Strait of Hormuz. Record profits, right? Wherever there's chaos, somebody is making money. Wherever there is pain, somebody is making money. And guess what? People are making money off of your pain. People are making money off of my pain. Where can I get my share? This is how you need to be thinking. You need to be thinking, how can I get in here and receive my share? How can I get some money for all of this pain and suffering? Listen, I don't make the rules, right? I don't make the rules. The rules are just there. Actually, there's probably no rules at this point. Scratch that. There are no rules at this point, right? Following the rules is why the majority of Americans are in the predicament that they're in today. Following the rules. There are no rules. F the rules. Fuck the rules, right? The rules are not going to get you anywhere. Ladies, gentlemen, the rules are not going to get you anywhere. Work the traditional 9-to-5 for 20 years, right, until you retire. That is going to have you laid off, right? That is going to have you fired because Lord knows these corporations, they don't like to keep people too long. They don't like to keep older people especially, right? So they want to replace you as soon as they can, right? You got that big old 401k. They got to keep matching you. Oh yeah, they ready to let you go. Man, let's get this old timer up out of here. He up here soaking up all the money. He got about 6 weeks, 8 weeks of PTO, and he used it. He used all of his PTO too. He disappeared for about good 8 weeks. No, we got to get rid of Buddy. We got to get rid of him. No. Yes, this is how they think, right? And they don't care about your health. They don't care about your wealth either. Right? What's the saying? They're not going to pay you enough to be their neighbor. They're not. So why do we keep on thinking this? Why do we keep playing by the same old rules that has shown us time and time again that it does not work? The last time the rules worked was for the goddamn boomers. That is the last time the rules worked. And it was a false sense of rules. Right? It was a false sense of rules, not even true rules. It was a small segment of time where for that specific generation, it worked post-World War, right? It was just so happened to be post-World War. United States was extremely dominant because everybody else had been destroyed. Europe had fallen. North Africa had fallen, right? Japan was absolutely obliterated. China was nowhere near what it is today. So we were the leaders by default, right? Everywhere else, they were getting dang on ransacked for their resources and dang on. Listen, we were winners by default. So the boomers were the winners by default. They were able to attain the resources that they were able to attain by default. Now, welcome to the real economy. Welcome to the Wild Wild West, baby. This is the Wild Wild West. No rules apply. Sign on a dotted line. Welcome to death row. Welcome to death row. Because at the end of the day, right, all of these barriers, all of the boundaries, all of these gates, they have released a Kraken. Right? They have released a Kraken. And it's so sad that so many people are still walking around here delusional. Right? With no care in the world, with no idea in the world about what's going on. I'm paying close attention. You need to be paying close attention. Right? Every single law, every single legislation, every single speech, you need to be paying attention like this. Because the moment you miss something, the moment you blink, they pass something that you don't even. It happens so fast. Next thing you know, Bitcoin is at $3 million. You're looking like. Y'all want to do this shit to me? Y'all don't do this shit to me? Right? Stop missing. Stop missing. You need to start shooting for the stars. You need to start giving your all to whatever it may be. As long as it's putting some money in your pocket and you're able to maneuver and you're able to eat, put a shelter over your head, you need to start doing what it takes. Many people are not doing it what it takes. And a lot of people are going to get smacked upside the head with a brick because people still think that they're safe. Americans live in this illusion of safety, right? Because we've been the dominant force in the world for quite some time. We've never been challenged until now. Well, we've been challenged, but we've never been challenged until now, right? Everything that we believed in, everything that we thought was the norm is being challenged. White-collar jobs are projected to disappear over the next 18 months. I'm going to say that one more time. White-collar jobs are projected to disappear over the next 18 months. And if you think this is fear-mongering, just go and bury your head in the sand. Please, go far away. Go far away, because y'all still think this is fear-mongering. If telling the truth, if making you aware of what's going on is fear-mongering, bro, you're out of luck. You're out of luck. 18 months. months. And somebody put in the comment section that because I said, 3 to 5 years, right? Could be shorter in between, whatever. But 18 months, I wouldn't have thought that short.
Each employee's healthcare needs are unique. Shouldn't their coverage be as well? Group plans are limited to a single carrier and a few plan options, but people have different medical needs and different budgets. Now, a new form of employer coverage called an ICHRA can help. ICHRAs make health plans personal because employees can buy any plan that meets their needs from any carrier on the marketplace. So plan on personal, plan on an ICHRA. Get coverage you.
I wouldn't have thought it would be just 18 months. But what do I constantly tell you? When technology is getting better, technology is getting better. Which means that it can fix itself. It can think for itself. Right? It doesn't require as much downtime as it once did. Right? So it's steadily speeding up, it's steadily improving because the data is there, the analytics are there. Right? They don't have to wait years anymore. Now they can pull data just like that, ASAPidly. So the question is, what is Americans? What are Americans going to do? What are you going to do? Because if you're sitting around waiting on Uncle Sam's sitting around waiting on you. And he ain't waiting for you to do better. He waiting on his tax money. So let that sink in. He waiting on his tax money. He ain't waiting for you to do better. So what's it going to be? Because the 9 to 5 is not here to stay. Your pension is not here to stay. Right? Y'all better get a move on. Because I'm telling you right now, this ish is about to get ugly. This ish is about to get ugly. And nobody's going to see it coming. Because you still have so many people distracted with their daily lives, rightfully so, People get distracted with the kids. People get distracted, with life. People get distracted, just doing everyday stuff. People get distracted with stress. People get distracted with all kinds of things. So yes, I understand why so many people, are just, not able to pay attention to the daily news or pay attention to the economy in a sense of trying to discover how can they, maneuver and how can they land on their best footing. I understand. But you're going to have to force it. You're going to have to force yourself to pay attention. You're going to have to force yourself to move. Because if not, they're going to force your ass to move. And it's better if you force yourself rather than them. Because when they do it, you're not going to like it. When they do it, they just keep raising taxes. When they do it, they just keep raising your property taxes. Mm-hmm. When they do it, they just continue to raise inflation. Right? When they do it, they continue to make your life harder. That's when they do it. So it's better if you do it. It's better if you go ahead and jump ship before the Titanic hit the iceberg. Because we're headed for that iceberg. Whether y'all like it or not, we're headed for the iceberg. That's exactly where we're headed. And when we finally hit, there's going to be a lot of people without life jackets. There's going to be a lot of people when that initial hit, when we have that initial hit, there's going to be a lot of people who go down with the ship. They're going to disappear as soon as impact hits. Because a lot of people are not prepared. People think that this is fear-mongering. This is not fear-mongering. This is awareness. This is what I call awareness. If you have an ear, if you have an eye, let thy see and let care about yourself. That's if you care about your family. That's if you care about your well-being. Right? Another thing, which I gotta understand is, America is the land of business. It's not the land of what's the best interest of the employee. America's the land of business. It's not the land of culture. It's not the land of fun. It's the land of business. People come here because they want to do business. People come here because we still have the easiest markets to become millionaires, billionaires, upper middle class. We still have those opportunities here. But they're only reserved for the people who are gonna put in the mother flipping work. And unfortunately, most people are not willing to put in the work, including Americans themselves. Americans don't want to put in the work. So yeah, when other people come over here, they putting in 100 times the work, and guess what? They're getting 100x. This is the land of business. Stop looking at this as some kind of home. Stop. I don't care if you grew up here. I don't care how long you've been here. I don't care. I was born and raised in. I don't give a damn. I don't care. Nobody cares. The government don't care where you born and raised at. Nobody cares. Treat America like a business. Not a home base, not any of that. Treat America like a business, because that's exactly what it is. And that's exactly the relationship that America is letting you be known. This is a business relationship, buddy. We don't care about none of that. We don't care about the food you can't afford, that's on you. Your housing you can't afford, that's on you. It's strictly business, buddy. It's strictly business, buddy. Treat it like business. Find somewhere else to call home. I'm not leaving. Do what you will with that information, right? I'm just telling you how it is. You can go and live in, the boondocks or wherever else you want to live and watch the place go up in flames. Listen, I don't care. I'm just telling you, right? You best to start getting on your business. And if you want to understand and want to learn more knowledge, if you want to figure out how you can better leverage yourself in this current time, listen, check out the Patreon, hit that link in the description. We are teaching AI. We're teaching how to leverage your location. We're teaching how to build websites. We're doing all kinds of things over there. And if you want to take it a step further, join the Inner Circle. This is a high-level group full of like-minded individuals who are headed in the same direction. Listen, the after pillars of the ideology, the escape blueprint is the framework, and PFP life is how you should live, in purpose, in freedom, and in power. Hit that link in the description. Come and join the Patreon. Come and join the Inner Circle if you're serious and if you're ready for a change. I'll see you guys over there. Peace.
I built a life. I built a family. I worked my hands raw to get here. And I'm not done. This is the escape blueprint.
When I decided to finish my RN to BSN, I transferred to University of Phoenix. They made the process simple, and since I didn't have to repeat work I'd already done, I earned my degree faster. Transfer your eligible credits and keep your momentum.
Managing schizophrenia with daily pills is a constant reminder.
What's going on, man? It's your big brother Trend Genius again with another exclusive video. I'm back in that mode, y'all. I'm back in the flow state, okay? If y'all want more Chosen Ones videos, do me a favor right now and just hit the thumbs up button if you like the Chosen Ones videos, all right? If you real true Chosen One and you really, really like the Chosen Ones videos, do your big brother Trend a favor, man. Just comment below something positive that I can read. Because when I see y'all commenting, talking good and stuff, it keeps me riled up. I keep giving you the sauce. I keep giving you the nice talks. So if you don't mind and you want to circulate energy, comment below right now and just tell me something nice, something beautiful. Okay? I appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Press the subscribe button right now if you rocking with this channel and this content. What I'm about to say, a lot of people will not understand it. Okay? You have to really be a chosen one to digest what I'm going to tell you. Okay? Because this information, it is not normal. It is not something common that a lot of people do. It is not. It's something that people will agree for you to do. As a matter of fact, a lot of people will tell you, do not do it. A lot of people will tell you, who told you that? Don't listen to Trend. He crazy. But I know for a fact I am not crazy, y'all. Ever since I've been doing this, what I'm about to tell you, ever since I've been doing this, I've been seeing miracles happen in my life. Like stuff that I can't even explain be happening, that I can't tell nobody, because if I told anybody, it will not make any sense. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. That's why I get these downloads. I know exactly what I'm talking about. I live this. So, if you are a true chosen one, because you know, based on how your life is going right now, like you separated from everybody. It's just something about you, like you just really different. And you see things happening in your life that you are definitely not doing. That's how you know you're a chosen one. It's like, man, you have a special power or something, and you really feel like that. Then I'm talking to you. Okay? Now I'm not saying like Batman and Robin or Mighty Morphin Power Rangers or nothing like that kind of power. I'm talking about it's some really deep intergalactic stuff that you really capable of doing. And you be doing it. And it works for you. That's what I'm talking about. Right? Listen. If you're a chosen one thing that you have to do, and it's very scary, because a lot of people will not do it. As a matter of fact, a lot of people will feel sorry for you if you want to do this. They will tell you it's not safe. That's dangerous. You sure it's gonna work for you? That's why you can't really tell too many people this, because they're gonna always deny you the way that your heart is telling you that. All right? But you have to run away, chosen one. You have to run away from all the chaos. This is the only way to freedom. This is the only way to living your life the way you feel it and the way you visualize it in your mind. This is the only way it can happen is if you run away. You have to go. You have to leave everything. You have to leave everybody, best friends behind. This is the only way. Until you run away, everything is going to seem like it's never going right for you. Everything is going to seem like you're always struggling, like you have some kind of bad luck. You're never going to feel good until you give it all up and you decide to run away out here into the world, into the forest, on your own. And you're going to be by yourself on your own. Now, I'm not trying to say, like, literally run away and end up on a postcard or on TV because you're a missing person or something. No, I'm not saying go be to the extreme. I'm just saying, you gotta go. Okay? Yeah, let people know. But I can guarantee you they ain't gonna believe that you're gonna go nowhere. They ain't gonna believe that you're gonna actually do it. Trust me, they not gonna believe it. They gonna take you for a joke. They gonna write you off. They gonna ignore you. They gonna undermine you like you ain't really about that. That's how all my friends did me. That I don't no longer have in my life. They didn't ever think I was gonna do what I kept saying I was gonna do. care. And I finally have realized what you need to realize. They never gonna care like you care. They want you to stay around them. Listen, chosen one, I'm telling you. Most people will keep you from living your best life. They will keep you from getting everything that you deserve. I didn't say they deserve. You deserve, and you know it. You know what you deserve, and only you know what you deserve. Okay? And only you know who you are and what you have and what you're capable of. Only you know that. They don't know that. But what they will do is they will keep you around to use you. And I'm telling you, they're going to always be quiet. They're going to always keep their lips zipped. They never going to tell you, we using you. We using you for your energy. We using you for your wisdom. They never going to tell you that. We using you for your presence. You make them feel good when you hang around. We using you to help us get money. Seriously, this is what people do to chosen ones all the time. Until the chosen one run away, they constantly get used and misused and abused all their life forever. You know why? Because you too nice. You too nice. And see, this is the number one thing people use against you. They will make you feel like you're being bad or you're a bad person, you're a bad woman. When you decide you want to do your own thing and run away. Everybody, all your friends, family members, co-workers, your best friend, everybody will make you feel like you're a bad person as soon as you decide to run away and live your own life. You know why? Like I said, because if you go, they lose the benefits that you are giving them that they don't tell you. You might not think that you have a lot if you are chosen. You probably think, man, I don't have a lot of money. It ain't about the money. You generate money for other people. That's what I'm trying to tell you. A chosen one don't really need money. I'm going to say that one more time because I think it went over some of y'all heads. You the chosen one, right? Okay. Basically, stuff just fall in your lap. It's almost like just an apple grow on a tree for you. You know, you can go out there and just pick it. You know what I mean? It'll be a perfect apple for you. For some strange reason for you, it's like you don't even have you noticed, for some strange reason for you, you don't even have to have a lot of stuff in order to survive. Have you noticed that? Or is it still like something that you don't really see, you don't recognize? If you claim you a chosen one, have you not noticed that it's like you got the good luck charm?
At Colorado Technical University, our degree programs are designed with busy adults in mind.
It's really about convenience and the student experience.
CTU offers a flexible online education designed to fit a...
You the one that go outside into the grass and find the 4-leaf clover. It might be 6 leaves on it for you. You the one that can go somewhere and then you see 555 right there. You see 111. Nobody else see it. The whole universe is behind you. You are a walking force. And I'm telling you, most people don't want you to wake up to it. They don't want you to discover that you have a special power, so to speak. But I hate using that word power, okay? Let's humble ourselves. You have a special gift, a special ability. You know it. They know it. But the problem that I'm bringing to you is they are not going to tell you they know it. They're going to keep silent and they're going to hope that you don't see it, because if you see it, you're vacation because they just want to be in the sunshine. Even the birds know who they are. Y'all know the birds don't got no maps or no GPS like we do. They don't got no Google Maps. You know how birds travel? Through vibration. Birds fly in the, y'all ever seen birds fly in the air in V's, in like V form? Sometimes they all, it's like a whole flock of birds, right? Have you ever noticed like a whole, like 500 birds can be flying all together and they're all moving around like one big organism. And how, have you ever asked yourself, how do they know which direction to go in if nobody's really leading them? Not one bird ain't leading all them birds. They flying on vibration and what they feel. They all feeling in a collective consciousness the same way because they all the same. They all seagulls. Same thing with chosen ones. If you a chosen one, you gotta go with your gut feeling of what your instincts is telling you to do. There will not be a person to tell you what to do. There will not be a roadmap for you like everybody else. Regular people, they have to plan everything. Normal people, they have to do the step by step by step by step. Average people, they have to go to college to get paperwork for them to get a job. Normal people, you know, they have to ask people for things. Can you give me this? Can you give me that? Can you give me this? Because they don't have it. If you a chosen one, you will recognize at an early age, you don't have to ask nobody for nothing. But for some strange reason, everybody always asking you for something, even though you have nothing. How the hell is that? How the hell they get what they ask you for, but you never have it for yourself? Have you ever wondered that? I just told you. You got the sauce. You got a special gift. As long as you stay around everybody else who holding you back, they gonna steal your gifts from up under your tree every time. They gonna take your blessings. They gonna take your treasure. They gonna take your money from you. For all I know, right now, you could have been a millionaire. But see, if you're the chosen one, everybody gonna be always having a handout because they know you the one is the reason why they still surviving. You. It don't matter if they older than you. Yeah, older people can survive off the chosen one. It don't matter if they got a better car than you. It don't matter if you don't got a car and they got a car. I guarantee you, by some strange force, they is able to pay their car payments because they got you around and you might not even know nothing about it. Your friend might be in a relationship with somebody, in a marriage or something. You probably don't even know. You keeping her marriage together and you ain't even got no man. How is that? How you can stay around another person that's in a good relationship when you can't even find no person to be with? Have you ever wondered that? Is it because people don't like you? No. Is it because you can't get nobody? Hell no. Is it because you're ugly? A chosen one don't even gotta look good. You can go outside and not even brush your teeth or put no Listerine in your mouth and your breath be kicking, stinking, and people still gonna like you naturally. Stuff still gonna work out for you naturally. Divine things is still gonna happen for you no matter what you do, no matter what you look like, no matter how you feel, and it's only happening for you if you take notice. But like I said, you will not reap the full benefits of what is to come to you and what you're supposed to have until you run away. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. Personally, my my life did not start getting good and wonderful until I decided to run away from all the drama, all the stuff I was holding on to, all the people who I thought I needed around me. I was doing decent when I was with a lot of friends and stuff like that. I was doing decent, but it didn't really start getting really good for me until I did it myself. And yeah, I ain't gonna lie. For me, my journey was a little different. It took me struggling. Like, sometimes I would have to stay with people. Sometimes I would stay in my car. Sometimes I didn't know if I was gonna eat a meal at night. Sometimes I had to ask people for stuff. Sometimes I didn't have enough gas money to go to the store to get a soda. I'm sitting there wondering in my room, when am I gonna get some more money? I just want to go to the store and get me some snacks so I can feel it like I ate a meal at least. Then I walk to the store. How is it that I didn't have no money to put in my car when I had my car to go to the store? I ain't have no gas money, right? But I was able to walk to the store and I still got what I wanted, even though the store was way down the road, but I still came back with snacks and drinks, right? Why wasn't I able to drive the car there though? I just told you the secret. The chosen one don't need nothing. That's the point I'm trying to get you to understand. You don't need nothing. Everything happens for you. If you got legs to walk and your hands move and your mouth talk and your head think, that's all you need is a chosen one. The money, clothes, the trips, everything else will come when you run away. And then here's the thing about it. If you decide you're going to run away, not literally speaking, I'm talking in symbolic language. Go somewhere away from everything and everybody. For your peace and your prosperity and your abundance to start flowing in your life, because it ain't going to come until you go, dog.
Pepperoni Crazy Puffs and Mountain Dew Mango Rush. Together for just $4.99. Everyone wants in on this deal.
What is this, Mountain Dew Mango Rush Hour?
Yes, it is. Try the Crazy Puffs grape combo for a limited...
And you can't take nothing with you most of the time, but just a little bit of stuff. Just like if you was going to take an airplane flight, they got a rule, only 2 bags. It's the same thing for a chosen one life. You can't take Curly, Larry, Mo, your girlfriend, if she ain't going, or if she not in that same frequency she can't go to, you got to leave her. You got to leave him. He wants you to stay in this one location. You got a whole mission that will give you a lifetime of vacation. Which one you want to do? You want to stay in one location, or do you want to have a lifetime of vacation? Make it make sense. And this is the problem with a lot of you. You chosen, but you frozen. Until you throw it out, you is not going to flow liquid. You're not going to have no liquid gold flowing. I'm sorry. Until you thaw out and come unfrozen and stuck where you are because you are afraid that you need him, you need your mama, you need your daddy, you need these people, and you need money, and you need to have this and have a job and this and that. Until you get out of that I need stuff, you're going to always be frozen. You ain't chosen. When you find out you don't need that stuff and you just go and run away, oh, you'll walk on water. You'll see how things will start happening real quick if you ain't scared. You'll see. If you believe it's going to work out for you because you the chosen one, I guarantee you start walking down the road. I guarantee you go get the flight with what you got left. I guarantee you the book. I guarantee you to just go. You will see the leaves start shaking. The rain start raining. The sun start shining. The smile start getting more wider. The body start glowing up. the money starts showing up. The honey starts showing up, bro. Everything seems to be happening for you all of a sudden, huh? Why? Because they was using you. And the universe don't want everybody to take what is yours. I'm just saying, man. I got a lot of friends nowadays, but I still don't got a lot of friends nowadays. You know what I mean? Why did I say that? Because you over there watching. I'm over here talking. So you my friend. You subscribe to me, right? But at the end of the day, I'm still alone, ain't I? That's a prime example of how you gotta be. I'm telling you, chosen one, we are meant to operate divinely alone. I'm telling you, man. What you need to do if you want to start living your life peacefully, more happily, more happily. If you want to start living happily ever after, you got to create your own fairy tale, man. And you can't do it with nothing or nobody but yourself. That's it. So I don't know where you at right now watching this video. I don't know what you're doing. But ain't nobody gonna save you but you. You stick around these people if you want. I can guarantee they using you for something that you're not even aware of. And at the end of the day, they ain't gonna give you nothing because they know you got it. They know you already got it, but you don't know that you already got it. So if I knew that I was getting something off of you and you was completely unaware of it, you think I'd tell you to leave? Hell no. I like you around. I like that you broke because you're spiritually rich. Oh, if we can keep Trent around, we'd all be good and have blessings. Not me, bro. I pick and choose nowadays who I want to hang out with. And most of the time when I'm with them, I don't even really want to be with them a lot. Because I already know what's going on. They know what's going on. But this ain't about me.
Did you know that coin lithium batteries can cause life-threatening burns to a child if swallowed?
I had no idea. That's really scary.
Energizer Ultimate Child Shield, the only coin lithium battery with no burn technology.
Energizer feels like such a game changer.
If you can help save a child's life by using a battery that prevents burning, why wouldn't you?
You begged for me to let you die, and I did not. I hope.
There are a few new interesting Nintendo Switch 2 news stories I want to cover with you all today, starting with the recent announcement that Unreal Engine 6 is actually a thing and will be probably coming to, for sure, the next generation of console hardware, but probably the Switch 2 as well. And we will go over all the implications of that announcement. We do have some brand new UK software sales charts to look at, with Yoshi and the Mysterious Book now being officially added to that list. And I do find it interesting Yoshi's placement in that list, and also maybe the price point and how this game may perform over the long term with fans. We have a roundup of various different reviews now for 007 First Light, which of course is delayed for the Switch 2 release, but is officially out on other hardware as of tomorrow. So we will look at the rather impressive reviews and things that are going around being said about it. And finally, we have Bloober Team's Project M, which is a Switch 2 exclusive game, with some very interesting comments suggesting that it may be a pretty ambitious project. So we will break all of this down. Before we do, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on your bell notification to join Summer Nation if you're new here. And I want to first kick us off right over at VGC, where you can see their following article, which outlines Epic announces Unreal Engine 6, which will run the next era of Rocket League. This new Rocket League was revealed during the Paris Major in France. And you have here, announced during the Rocket League Paris Major in France this weekend, Epic debuted a minute-long trailer for what it called the next era of Rocket League. According to the trailer, footage shown is running in real time in Unreal Engine 6, which is the first mention of the next-gen game engine, which sports a new purple logo. No further details on UE6 or the new iteration of Rocket League were unveiled, though many fans of the vehicle sports title will likely welcome the news since the current version runs on the 2-decade-old UE3. Unreal Engine 6's announcement comes 4 years after the initial release of UE5, which powers many modern games, including Epic's own Fortnite. It's likely that this engine Engine will power many games planned for the next generation of gaming consoles, which could be released as soon as next year. Earlier this year, Xbox confirmed that its next generation game console, codenamed Project Helix, will run both Xbox and PC games and will arrive with developers sometime in 2027. It's claimed that Sony could also launch PlayStation 6 next year alongside a possible Switch-style portable version. In a recent earnings call, the company claimed that it hadn't yet decided when it would release the PlayStation 6 or what price it would be. So this is probably something that realistically will primarily first affect the next generation of console hardware, but I do think that we're probably going to see support for UE6 roll out to Switch 2 as well. The Switch 2 absolutely does utilize Unreal Engine 5 games. It is a very popular development platform, so this Rocket League footage that they've shown off officially is kind of, cool looking. Doesn't seem like anything too crazy, hyper-realistic next-gen that you wouldn't see in any modern-looking game. Of course, we didn't get very much uninterrupted footage at all, so it's kind of hard to make a claim on whether or not this is some kind of notable leap forward when it comes to the engine's technology. But yeah, some people will be asking, are they going to continue to update 5 and streamline some of its performance? And we actually recently talked about the 5.8 version of Unreal Engine actually having better options when it comes to portable handheld consoles, which should directly impact things like performance on Switch 2, which is always a good thing when one of the most popular game engines is being optimized and using tools that allow it to run and perform better on portable hardware that Nintendo, has committed to now for a couple generations in a row with the hybrid form factor Switch and Switch 2. But let me know your take on the Unreal Engine 6 reveal and whether or not you think it will kind of make any notable differences for Switch 2 games in the future as it starts to roll out for a number of next-gen titles. Okay, moving on from there, we have UK software sales chart for the week ending May 23rd, 2026. Yoshi and the Mysterious Book makes its first appearance. And you have here the latest UK sales chart for the week ending May 23rd, 2026 is now available. Yoshi and the Mysterious Book was a new release, but settled for third. Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight and Forza 6 also came out, which took up the first and second spots respectively. Pokemon Pokopia and Tamagotchi Life Living the Dream are still in the top 10. So I would like to highlight here, we have Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. That game is getting excellent reviews, and it seems like if you are a Batman Arkham fan at all, you should probably go pick that up at some point. Forza Horizon 6 is going over extremely well with the racing fan crowd out there, and I find the third place spot for Yoshi and the Mysterious Book a little bit interesting. Of course, Nintendo does not reveal the digital sales of the game, so it is one of those things that you have to factor in, that this is basically the physical release of the game, which is also $10 more expensive. So I am interested to see if we see more of a variance now with eShop purchase adoption as opposed to the physical option, where you do have that $10 higher price point to get it physically. And will we see that sway more in the direction of digital than it's already going with purchase trends because of just that $10 difference? But you might remember, this is the first game that kicked off Nintendo's new pricing strategy. And so I do find it interesting that, yes, it's performing solid. It's number 3, and there's obviously a lot of hype around Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight and Forza Horizon 6. But nonetheless, I do think Nintendo felt the need to kind of pivot with their software prices this generation based off of some of the early sales that they saw. I mean, look at a $70 game on the eShop and on its physical release in Mario Tennis Fever that was released, and we have not seen that show up on any of Nintendo's million seller list or anything like that, so it's obviously not performing that well. So I think that this pivot to the lower dollar price point of games is ultimately a great thing for us at the end of the day. Now, Yoshi and the Mysterious Book, should that be the $70 physical release and a $60 eShop release, and not more in the category of like the Splatoon Raiders and Star Foxes, which are upcoming and have excellent price points at $60 for the physical edition, or $10 off at like Walmart and Amazon in the pre-order window for them, or just $50 across the board on the eShop? Like, I do tend to believe that those will probably sell better at that price point, and I wonder if Yoshi and the Mysterious Book could have sat at a number 1 spot just from the small sample size of the UK if Nintendo did play around with that pricing a little bit more. But I do understand people are having a lot of fun with Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. I have not picked it up myself just yet. I may still come around to checking it out. It is just one that I'm sure I'm going to have some fun with it when I do get around to playing it. It just did not pop out at me as like a must-play game, but I do know like some of the later stages and things seem to have a lot of creativity behind them and definitely generating a lot of buzz online, so I may hop in myself. But Moving on from there, we have this roundup of reviews for 007 First Light, and this game is getting some very impressive remarks said about it, so I do want to, over from Nintendo Life, actually look at a few different quotes here. You have VGC giving it a 5 out of 5, saying 007 First Light might just be the best James Bond game ever. The way IOI has translated the Bond fantasy into a 14-hour globe-trotting epic is masterful. It's a game full of spectacle, humor, action, and romance, everything James Bond should be. New Bond owners, Amazon must ensure this franchise continues. The Guardian gives it a 5 out of 5 and says, I have no doubt that this was made by excitable Bond geeks throwing out what-if moments at a whiteboard. What if you got to explore Q Lab watching underlings test malfunctioning prototypes? What if you were tied into a torturer's table and had to talk your way out? What if you found yourself at 15,000 feet with no parachute? And what if you had access to Don Barry's classic scores and could deploy a staggering needle drop out of nowhere? Very few fans get to play in the sandbox of their obsession like IO has here. As far as Bond video games go, nobody has done it better. Vice finally says here, we'll close it out with them as far as this portion. 007 First Light is easily the best James Bond game since GoldenEye and has one of the better Bond stories told in the last decade. IO Interactive has created a game that is the culmination of all their best mechanics over the years. 007 First Light has the addicting sandbox gameplay of the Hitman franchise while also having an incredible narrative that matches the quality of Naughty Dog and Rockstar games. James Bond is finally back and is better than he's been in years. And all of those...
Escape the indoors with Cutter Area Insect Solutions. From lawn treatment that lasts all summer or a backyard fogger for your deck or patio. And cut
positive remarks said alongside of a 88 on Metacritic that you can see currently right now. So this is exciting to see this kind of talk around a new Bond game. As somebody who grew up a hardcore GoldenEye fan back in the day and still love playing that occasionally to this day, I've been waiting for a big return for...
It's a beautiful day outside. I may have been up till 6 a.m. watching New York Knicks analysis highlights and Cleveland Cavalier fan meltdowns on YouTube. But you know what? I'm a bachelor. I can do that. I don't have some woman laying in bed next to me. Go to bed, honey. It's late. No, I do what I want. It's not late. I'll stay up 37 hours in a row if I want to. The Knicks are going to the finals, baby. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and I'm going to seize it. I'm going to celebrate it, and I'm going to manifest this victory. But you're not here to hear about the New York Knicks, although I will talk about them towards the end of the video. You're here to hear about Sony being mad at Naughty Dog. Now, this was a story that came out later in the afternoon yesterday, and it quickly unraveled in a very strange way. The way that this situation was handled, the way that the situation was being sourced, and all of this stuff really doesn't make sense to a lot of people. Now, most people are kind of writing this off as just something being misquoted or misinterpreted or something like that, and maybe that's fair. When we talk about the story itself, we'll kind of get into that aspect. I do think there are potential kernels of truth within the story, though. But I think the bigger problem is, why does this seem to keep happening? It seems like certain individuals are always getting misquoted, but how much of that actually falls upon the reader misreading it or the person saying it not being clear in what they are saying? So that's what I want to talk about in today's video. If this is your first time on the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Let's go Knicks. And without any further ado, let's hop straight into this. So, Naughty Dog, obviously a pillar of Sony, but definitely a company that hasn't really been like well represented on PlayStation 5. Like we're nearly 6 years into the PlayStation 5 generation, and they haven't released a new title for the platform. And it's kind of like, well, what are you guys doing? Now, they got Intergalactic on the horizon, as Dreamcast guy put in his thumbnail yesterday. Bald. Look, I laughed so hard when I was scrolling through my subscription feed because it has nothing to do with the person being bald. He's just put it on there. Like, that's so unhinged. Like, that's why Dreamcast guy rules, man. Like, you never know that. Like, people think I'm unpredictable. No, that man is a whole nother level of unpredictability. But this story essentially stems from a quote that was being taken from Jason Schreier. So a couple days ago on Blue Sky, we're over on Push Square with this, who definitely pushes a narrative with this story that I'm going to kind of push back on. That's a lot of pushing going on this early in the day. Company has no issue letting Naughty Dog spend 5+ years and $300 million on a single-player game, now concerned about spending money on a new MMO shooter with a built-in fan base. Just fantastic. So that, of course, is about Marathon and Bungie and that whole situation going on. To which Jason Schreier, of course, of Bloomberg and of Spawncast, he was on the Spawncast episode once, and he unblocked me on Twitter on that episode, but this will probably get me blocked again. It's okay. I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to entertain people and make some money. Oh, they definitely have an issue with that. They have an issue with what? Because what is being said here is the company has no issue letting Naughty Dog spend 5+ years and $300 million on a single-player title, now concerned about spending money on a new MMO shooter. So the issue is about Naughty Dog spending 5+ years and $300 million on a single-player title, that, of course, being Intergalactic. And we haven't really seen enough from Intergalactic. Some people are writing it off because they don't like the main character. I don't think the main character seems all that interesting thus far, but that's really just the fault of Naughty Dog for not presenting them in an interesting enough way and kind of making us understand why this character is interesting. I don't think all because she has a bald head that's going to mean that the game is bad or anything like that, but optically speaking, it can be kind of weird for people that are wanting to play this game. Like, well, why is her head bald? Like, is that a part of the story? Is that like the future? Everyone has bald heads? I don't know. But oh yeah, they definitely have an issue with that. So to me, it sounds like he's saying that Naughty Dog taking 5+ years and $300 million on Intergalactic, Sony has an issue with that, right? Like, how am I misinterpreting that? In what way, shape, or form am I misinterpreting it? So then you go and look down here, and then people are evidently misquoting it. You know, Jason Schreier recently commented that Sony is reportedly upset with Naughty Dog over new no game releases in the PlayStation 5 generation thus far, and the giant budget of Intergalactic. Oh, they definitely have an issue with that, says Dan the Bomb. Or Dom the Bomb. Sorry, Dom. Sorry. And then you scroll down here, and then, you know, everyone's freaking out because, oh, it's being misconstrued. It's being misconstrued. Now, Jason did go on Reddit, of all places, to clarify. It wouldn't need any clarification if people would just stop posting my replies out of context with wildly misleading tweets and headlines. I reported that Sony hadn't greenlit Destiny 3 because of the cost. Someone said something about Sony having an issue with Destiny 3 cost, but not Naughty Dog's cost. I said, of course they have an issue with Naughty Dog's cost. And somehow that was misinterpreted by wide swaths of internet to mean that Sony is angry at Naughty Dog. Absurd.
Doug Jr., you take it.
Coach, you should run the Customize with Liberty Mutual and Save Hundreds play.
That's not a play.
I don't have the money for, you know, Wolverine and 007 Collector's Edition. If they do a Collector's Edition for Wolverine, I probably would want to do that. But nevertheless, let's go ahead and let's check out this game, man. Make sure you guys... Whoop, wait a minute. We're getting an echo. All right, hold on. There we go. Now we should be golden. All right, so let's do it, man. Let's do it.
Star Fox Switch 2 success could send a strong message if it ends up working out the way that I think it's going to work out, because this game is more important than maybe some people are realizing because of all the different things that has had to happen in order for us to get here right now with Star Fox. It's a lot deeper than maybe what you would expect. But before we continue, we are giving away a Nintendo Switch 2 at 140,000 subscribers or on September 1st, whichever comes first. Subscribe, like, comment. The winner will be chosen at random, and it's a worldwide giveaway. Thanks, peeps. Let's discuss exactly what's happening on it, because this game, when it comes to how it looks, it really separates itself. And this is part of what I'm talking about when it comes to sending a strong message. Most of Nintendo's games on the Nintendo Switch 2 so far have been very stylized, have been a bit whimsical. They've had the certain style and the certain graphics and look that people expect when it comes to Nintendo's top franchises, and that's fine. Mario Kart World, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Legend of Zelda, whatever that's come out, it's been fantastic. There's been a lot of great stuff. But Star Fox looks completely different. People were expecting one thing and got something completely different. And yes, that can bring about controversy or people being upset or saying that it looks terrible. But at the same time, it creates a bunch of intrigue and people talking about this game because it just looks so different from what we typically expect from Nintendo's games. Now, I grew up old school where the type of, I would say, look of this new Star Fox game is literally what I had in my head with the puppets and the marketing material for Star Fox on the Super Nintendo. That's how I felt this game was always pushed, as a highly graphical, intense type of game that pushed the system to its limits. That's what I thought with Star Fox on the Super Nintendo because of the FX chip, and that's definitely what I thought with Star Fox on the Nintendo 64, where that game just looked incredible for the time. Now, obviously, things took a little bit of a turn when it comes to the GameCube and when it comes to the Nintendo 3DS, where they just kind of remastered the same N64 game in addition to what they did with Star Fox Zero. So I get that. Star Fox Command, but how it was before, it's completely different. And I think that people are starting to actually now like what's happening with this. And I think this is going to get the attention of so many different people when it comes to the game. Just because, once again, it doesn't have that typical cartoonish type of look that you would expect, or cell shading or something like that. It's something that's different, and it offers variety, graphical variety that Nintendo has not had.
When being his dad is your top priority, you need a master's with extra flexibility. Focus on one course at a time and still stay on track to graduate at University of Phoenix.
I got you right where I want you.
In the far future, there are no TVs, just beautiful and totally not boring nature everywhere. Oh, and giant robot dinosaurs, of course. But you're not here to listen to me. This is a game, not an audiobook.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
Bricks are gonna fly! Kapow! Time for a paddling. This is gonna hurt. Power hit.
Up I go. How do you like this? Boom! You sure it's dead?
Whoa, looking good.
Stretch your stuff. Let's dance.
I've got fabulous taste.
Yeah, no, that's it. That's it.
Always leave a place better than you found it. Drop that beat, silence!
Cool new stuff.
Let's join Aloy as she embarks on an epic adventure.
Up until this point, outside of different art styles. Remember, different art styles, yes, we've had that. Obviously, Pokemon Legends ZA does not look the same as a game like Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. But when I'm talking about like a realistic looking type of game with highly detailed fur graphics and all that, that's what this game does. The explosions, the R-Wings, the water, the environmental details, all of this looks fantastic, especially compared to what we've gotten so far. So I think that is a huge thing in terms of this game's success. That shows that something else can do really well. Now, another strong message that it shows if Star Fox Switch 2 is successful is that we want classic franchise coming back. This is something that I hear Nintendo fans talk about all the time. Where are the classic franchises? Where is F-Zero? Where is Kid Icarus? Golden Sun? Well, when something like this comes about, there's gotta be a way to where it does good. Otherwise, I think that it discourages Nintendo from maybe going back into the well with some of their classic franchises. Now, we had a similar scenario, not exactly the same thing and definitely different, but this kind of happened about 14 years ago when it comes to Kid Icarus Uprising. That came back, wasn't a remake of an older Kid Icarus game, but it did take a lot of the enemies and some of the stuff, and they put a new scenario, new gameplay, new different things. But it's a classic franchise coming back with a really good look to it. Great graphics and everything. And how's this game going to do? Kid Icarus Uprising sold okay, over 1 million units, but it definitely wasn't as big of a success story maybe Nintendo was looking for, considering they got Masahiro Sakurai to make it. It had 3-on-3 online multiplayer, had an in-depth single-player campaign, tons of replay value. I was expecting it to do a lot better than it did, and it's a really good game. So I think that we need to show that it's better than that. I think that we need to show that Star Fox, if the success is good, that it's much better than when they brought back Kid Icarus. And then we could see other things like F-Zero, like Golden Sun, like some of these classic Nintendo franchises that have been buried for a while. I think those can come back, maybe even in big, in-depth remakes. F-Zero X, F-Zero GX, I think that's possible. Golden Sun remake, I think those are things that Nintendo is definitely going to look into if Star Fox Switch 2 is a success. Now, another thing that's big when it comes to sending a strong message is the pricing. The price of this game is lower digital and physical than what you typically expect from Nintendo in the first number of months that they had the Nintendo Switch 2. All of Nintendo's games were $70 physical, $70 digital. Doesn't matter if it was a remake or a re-release or something else like that. I mean, we've seen it before, guys, new games. They'd all put it at that price. Not at this point, they're saying, okay, we have some games that are cheaper. We have some games like Star Fox, for example, that's going to be $50 digital and $60 physical. And that is good, because I know I was expecting, and many other people were expecting, that this game was going to be $70 at first. Before Nintendo announced the whole changes in physical digital pricing and what they're doing, I was expecting that it was going to be full price like Mario Tennis Fever or like what they've done before, but that's not it here. So if this is very successful, that shows that Nintendo should do this more often. If this game blows it out of the water when it comes to sales, we get the sales numbers, and it shows that it sold like 2 million plus copies or something like that. And it sold better than Mario Tennis Fever. I think that sends a massive message to Nintendo that, yeah, you price some of these games a bit lower. You give us some options when it comes to physical and digital, fully on cart, whatever the case is, right? You give us these options and you give us a bit better on pricing, people are going to support it way more. Because I think if you would have asked people beforehand, what's going to do better, Mario Tennis or a Star Fox remake or Star Fox re-release, everyone would probably pick Mario Tennis. But that might not be the case now, considering how many people are pre-ordering this and where we're seeing it on the Amazon sales chart so far. And I think that once it goes live for preload, it's probably going to shoot up to #1 right away. That $50 price tag is incredibly inviting. It becomes almost an impulse buy or impulse purchase for many people that even just have a slight interest in Star Fox or seeing what this franchise is about. So I think that's probably one of the stronger messages that Star Fox Switch 2 success can show, if it ends up ultimately doing really well, is that pricing it that was a good idea. So I hope that this game does really well, because that would show that that pricing's good. Give us more $50 to $60 games, Nintendo. I think that is a good idea. Now, another thing for this is that we could probably get more Star Fox games in a timely fashion. Star Fox has been dormant for a while. It's been a decade since the last Star Fox game, Star Fox Zero. So if you don't want to wait another decade, I think that having Star Fox on the Switch 2 do well is good. Now, I'm not saying that people should just go out there and get it for the fear of not getting another game, but we know Star Fox 64. We know how goated this game is. We know how goated this franchise can be. And from what I've analyzed, which I've watched that Star Fox Direct at least 20 to 30 times now at this point, between editing and looking at it in the trailers and all of that. This is an in-depth, highly detailed, fantastic playing game. I can tell. Sometimes you can just tell when the controls, the audio, the gameplay, and everything just syncs up to make it feel like it has a coat of polish that definitely was not there before, despite Star Fox 64 being one of the polished and best controlling and playing games on the N64. In addition to the Nintendo 3DS, there is an extra layer of polish on there. Just from watching it, I highly suggest all of you guys go back, put on the headphones, and watch it on a big TV or watch it right there on your monitor and look at it with no distractions around you. This game is quality when it comes down to it. I can tell just by looking at the game. So if this does well, I think they're going to take that same engine, they're going to take those same graphic technology, they're going to build upon it, and we can get more Star Fox games. We can get brand new Star Fox games. I don't think they're going to remake Command or some of the other games that haven't come over. I think they're just going to re-release those and some kind of NSO when it comes to getting some of those systems like the DS or getting the GameCube Star Fox Adventures or Star Fox Assault. I think they're just going to release it like that. But I think that a new game could happen because of this. Once again, there is quality and there is money being put behind this project. If it does well, that success shows that Star Fox should continue, and it should continue in a timely fashion. We don't need to wait 10 years for the next one. The groundwork is laid out for this franchise to be successful. So I do think that if this one does well, we could see a lot more Star Fox games in the future. Now, of course, I don't want them rushing them out. I don't want them every single year or something like that, or every 2 years. But every 3 to 4 years, getting a new Star Fox game, that would be ideal for this type of franchise. So the success will definitely show Nintendo that more games should be coming. And of course, we got to talk about boosting the profile, because boosting the profile of the Nintendo Switch 2 is one of the more important things. But once again, I talked about before with the graphics look of the game and how it sets itself apart. Graphical variety. Once again, that's huge for the Nintendo Switch 2. The more people that pick up the Nintendo Switch 2 for the variety of games, the better for Star Fox. That sends a huge message to people who are picking up the Switch 2 and Star Fox June coming up. We get the Choose Your Bundle or Pick Your Game bundle that's going on here. So if people are picking up that in Star Fox, this game Star Fox, along with this promotion that they're having, is really boosting it. That is just beneficial to everyone going forward. That is a beneficial thing. It shows that Nintendo can give us good deals on things, because that's been one of the big knocks when it comes to Nintendo's games and everything. And I talked about it before with Star Fox and the pricing when it comes to that, is that they're not giving us deals, that we don't get discounts, the games are too expensive. And now you have that Choose Your Game bundle along with Star Fox for $50 to $60, depending on physical, digital.
Take CTU with me everywhere I go. I decided to go back to school and I chose CTU. So if I'm at work and I have a break, I can do my C work. I know having the degree that I have now widens and opens up more doors.
That is going to show, if it's successful, that's going to show that we should be getting those deals all the time. Like we used to get back in the day on the NES with the bundles, or the Super Nintendo, things like that. Switch 1 kind of left that behind for a bit, but I think now at this point it gets highly competitive. Prices are going up, competition's going up. It's getting tougher and tougher to sell people on high-priced systems with expensive software. This is one of those things that Star Fox can kind of come in and set the tone for what Nintendo can do going forward. With pricing, with the bundle with the Nintendo Switch 2, and just showing that people do want this type of thing regularly when it comes to Star Fox, remakes, and 64 stuff. So I think that all of it kind of plays a part. But I think that ultimately, the biggest thing with Star Fox, for me at least, Star Fox Switch 2, it shows that gamers can be open to something a bit different when it comes to games. That's the biggest thing of this success story. If this ultimately ends up being successful, I think that's the message that it can send, that it's something different. Rail shooters, a genre that's pretty much dead at this point. Nobody else makes big budget or anything to the level of this, of a rail shooter. Now, will you see smaller indie games that are fantastic rail shooters? Absolutely. There's a bunch on Steam. I think there's some even on Nintendo Switch 1 and Switch 2. So there's some great stuff. But nobody from the big companies, whether it be Microsoft, Sony, Konami, Square Enix, Capcom, none of them are making this level of quality rail shooter out there. So to me, the success of Star Fox Switch 2 would show that this isn't a dead genre. You can put some money into it. You can put some AA type of money into it, and we can get some pretty cool stuff. And I think that the big thing here, and I talked about classic franchises coming back, but I think ultimately the big thing here would be something like City Punishment. That would also be something that's like a rail shooter, something like that coming back. Because of the success of Star Fox, it only takes one game to kind of really spur people to say, okay, maybe we should do something else. And that's why I say all of this is super important for the classic Nintendo franchises, for the fact of the Nintendo Switch 2 system itself, enhancing the install base so we get more content, we get more games, we get more third-party support. All of that is super important. So I think Star Fox being an iconic and huge N64 game that pretty much got a lot of people into gaming. A lot of people, that was like their first big Nintendo game that they played back in the day as a child, along with people and stuff like that. A lot of N64 kids back in the day. I think that that's huge. I think that that's huge, and I think that there's a lot of nostalgia tied to that. That's going to get people to pick up the system for it. I'm probably going to buy it digital in addition to buying it physical. That's how much I want to support this game, in addition to probably giving away a digital copy. But I know I'm going to be picking up this game physical. I've already got mine pre-ordered from Amazon, so that's already set. But I'll probably be picking up a digital copy just so I can show that extra support, because I want to see Star Fox good. I want to see Star Fox come back, and I've seen enough when it comes to the previews and what they've shown off. I think the game is going to be phenomenal, and the extra stuff added into the game, the multiplayer stuff, the battle mode, I think that's pretty cool. And I like the cutscenes. I think that's showing some of the downtime in between the missions and kind of what the Star Fox crew is doing. In addition to that prologue chapter with James, Star Fox's dad, and what happened to him, I think that can set up something for the Star Fox universe that just makes it a bit more visceral and kind of takes the storytelling to the next level, to where new people can kind of get into it a bit more and sets the tone for the franchise going forward. So it's going to be a lot of fun. But what do you guys think when it comes to Star Fox Switch 2 and the success potentially sending a strong message to Nintendo? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're someone new, click that notification bell, and check out my other Nintendo Switch 2 RPG content and more right here on screen. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace.
Hi, I'm Kim Kelly. I'm the online sales counselor at Fisher & Pritchell. I'll be one of the first people that you speak to when you reach out to Fisher & Pritchell to start your new home journey. My favorite part of my job here at Fisher & Pritchell is just getting the opportunity to assist our customers and their initial journey of building their dream. I get to brag every day about being part of it.
track every market so you know when to make your move.
No way.
Yes way. Realtor.com tracks local data and spots trends so you know when to make your move.
I knew that.
You didn't. 2468. Who will help you customize and save? Liberty Mutual!
Purdue Global, you can turn that.
Understand
base. Collaborate within a shared PDF space. You talk of the teamwork. They think this design will be a contender. AI helps them finish the rest. Do that with Acrobat.
told us to vary. You know we just clicked in and made you realize this game is twice as hard. You see that with your own eyes. You're on the way to choose your type of life, cause you gotta. I tell you from now, the fighter will be the hotter. I don't think you want this one. Just practice. Just challenge me when you're ready with your tactics. High punch is split, you can watch your back split. I see you in the air when I make you backflip. Get it on, select and make your first pick. Get it on, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Get it on, choose and pick the best one. Get it on, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get it on, select
is the 1,400 hours a year you waste on your phone. With Purdue Global, you can turn that time into a degree. These are flexible, high-value degrees that fit your goals and schedule.
professional performance, unbeatable prices, only at Harbor Freight.
Get inside stat with Banana Boat.